Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to another Ghostbusters review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Fright Features Ray Stantz figure. And this is a kind of a modern take on the old Fright Features figures. If you're not familiar with them, they were from the real Ghostbusters line back in the late 80s. And the figure itself had the fright feature, so you would buy the figure and you get a small ghost with it, but it was the figure itself that actually reacted. They've kind of changed that up with this new figure. It's now the ghost that has the fright feature, but we'll get to that when we get to the unboxing part. So yeah, as usual, let's take a look at the packaging. Mine's a bit damaged. I don't know what's going on with Amazon at the minute. I bought a Godzilla figure and the box was absolutely hammered, so that one's going back. And yeah, this came through ripped here. Yeah, I mean it's not a huge issue for me because I don't keep the boxes for these, but the Godzilla one was so badly damaged, I couldn't accept it like that. But yeah, you've got the original No Ghost logo up there. Well, actually, I say original, but it is slightly different because you do have these rivets in it now, which is interesting. And then at the bottom, you've got this lovely piece of artwork. I did see this figure first on Ghostbusters News on Jason's channel. And I have to admit, I wasn't sure about the artwork when I saw it there. But having it in hand, it actually does look really good. I hope we do get a new animated series. I think that would be fantastic after all these years to get a new animated series. I really hope that this is a hint at that. It could be wrong. It could just be, well, here's a picture of Ray as a cartoon, because, the whole Fright Features thing is a bit cartoony. But I don't know, fingers crossed, maybe. Anyway, you get to see Ray in the packaging there. This isn't a great one for mint on card collectors, I don't think, because you lose everything past his groin area. But you can see the figure for the most part. It does come with a proton pack and the ghost that has the fright feature, and you get an idea of that there. But I mean, there's no surprises because it's already in its fright mode, I guess, here. So yeah. Around the back of the box, yeah, not a great deal going on around there. You get a one-line bio for Ray. Paranormal expert Ray Stantz is always ready for any ghost he faces. Yep, well, there you go. And the ghost's fright feature, as you can see there. So it kind of takes all the fun out of it. And this is dated 2020 because these were supposed to come out with the release of Afterlife last year, but since it got pushed back, everything else got pushed back as well. So yeah, right, so I will crack this guy out of his package and we'll have a closer look. Right, so here's Ray out of his box, and I have to say I really love this figure. I really do. I think this is a fantastic little figure. But before I get into it, let's have a look at what he comes with. Now, I don't... Sorry, Ray. Sorry, mate. Yeah. Being all fingers and thumbs again. I wouldn't normally bother with the back of a card, but I thought this one was quite interesting, because you've got, there's a mini puffed down here, and you've got proton pack, and another mini puffed. No Ghost logo, Slimer, the RTV, I think that's what it's called, RTV. Ecto 1, just a really nice background. We've got Muncher down here. So there's a really nice background there, which I think is kind of fun. I might cut some of those out, actually. Just for fun. I love the little mini puffs. I'm going to get some of these. But they're not due out. The Plasma Series ones aren't due out here until, next year, which is really frustrating. But anywho, just thought I'd show you the back of the card because I thought it was quite fun. So you do obviously get the little ghost. Now, the way this works, this is how it came out the packaging. So you just close it up, and mine was a little bit stiff to start with, but yeah, here's the little ghost. Paint's a bit thin on this mode. It's just got some paint on its tentacles, but the sculpt work is pretty good. And I'm just going to choose to believe that this is a mood slime ghost from Ghostbusters 2. because it's the right colour. And it goes all the way around the back. And you get a little bit of detailing around there as well. It does look quite globular, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, there's the button there that activates the Fright feature. So basically, just... Do you know, it honestly feels like slime because it keeps sliding out of my hand as well. So all you do is you press the button at the back, and this has happened again. Yeah, mine's a bit... Mine doesn't really want to play ball on this side. It just keeps getting stuck. So, let's see if it'll work now. I had to do this a few times and it just wouldn't... It just keeps getting stuck. It's a real shame. I don't know where it's getting stuck. I mean, as a collector, it doesn't bother me too much, but, you know, if you're getting this for a kid, this is going to be quite disappointing, I would imagine. But this might just be my copy. It's not going to... Yeah, it's not going to go down. I have to keep forcing it down, which is a bit of a shame. But you get the general idea. I don't think it's massively effective. I mean, maybe if both bits... if both bits actually flipping worked... There's some screws on the bottom. I might unscrew it, see if I can unjam it. But yeah, but the idea is then once it's popped open, you can carry on pressing the button, and the little tongue in the middle that flipping heck keeps slipping out my hand. The little tongue on the bottom there just rotates. I don't know why I keep dropping this thing. And you've got some nice detailing on the inside. It kind of looks like there's a spine going up in that side. It's the same that side as well, actually. Maybe it is. But it's quite nicely painted on the inside. It's not... I mean, that's it, really. It's not massively exciting, but it's alright. So, yeah, so he gets the Ghost, and he gets a proton pack. And this is completely unpainted, which is a bit of a shame, but... I mean, they're 10 quid, so you can't expect too much. Oh, and one thing I will say... I think Hasbro have finally got the point that nobody wants those bloody horrible little plastic things that hold these in, you know, the little tag things. There wasn't a single one in this package, so big thank you to Hasbro for getting rid of those things at last. I hope they stay gotten rid of this time, because the last time they got rid of them, they brought them back. So, yeah. Anywho, yeah, the pack's quite nice. It's not badly detailed. I might give it a lick of paint at some point, make it look a bit more accurate, but for what it is, it's not bad. It is a bit thin though, which is a bit strange, but I guess, you know, like I said, it was 10 quid, so what are you going to do? But yeah, it's quite nicely done. And then you've got the hose goes all the way around to the Neutrona wand, and this is not going to focus. There we go. So you can see there's a little bit of detailing on there. It's got a hand grip. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. It is a soft plastic. It's all one piece. I think it's all one piece. No, I tell a lie. It is glued in there. It's glued in there. So it's two pieces. It's a harder plastic, but it's still a bit. You can see, it's still got some flex in it. So, and the proton pack will just fit on his back, and it's got a hole there, and it's got a big peg on the back of the pack, and it will just sit in there like that. And he can hold the wand. Let me just get it in there. It's a little awkward to get in his hand on camera. Oh, good. Come on. Yeah. There. So, yeah, you can hold it. The problem with this figure is, though, and we'll get to this in a minute, but he's not massively well articulated, so yeah, holding the wand looks a bit weird. Also, it's a bit bendy, so it looks a bit rude. I need to get the hairdryer out and fix that. I'll wait until my mum makes a cup of tea. But yeah, it's there's not much you can do with it. I think the only real way to display it is like that, and then it kind of just looks like they're getting ready. Well, it will do when I get the others. It looks like they're getting ready for a job, but you can't actually like wield it. There's no way you can hold it with both hands, so yeah, it's a bit of a shame really, but again, it was 10 quid, you know, I can't complain too much. So I'm just going to take that off for a minute. It's easy to put on and take off again. And we'll look at the main figure. And yeah, I really like this. It's, you know, it's not like a dead-on accurate Dan Aykroyd head sculpt, but you know, it's not bad. It does look like a cartoonized version of him, and I like it. I think it's really good. It's relatively simple, but it's still Dan Aykroyd. So yeah, I like the head sculpt. I think it's really well done. Let's see if we can get a little bit closer in. There you go. It's nicely painted. Everything's in the right place. Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. So then going down the body, you can see it's a simplified version of the flight suit, but again, you know, it's okay. And they have got the straps for the proton pack the right colour, so that's always good. And you can see he's got his name tag just there, Stantz. Now, the one thing with these figures is that all 4 of the Ghostbusters share the same body type, so yeah, he's a bit too thin. But yeah, it's not a huge issue. It would have been nice if they could have maybe made them different, but I understand why they didn't. But you've got some nice details, you know, there's a few pockets and zips here and there, and you know, he's got the belt there that looks quite good. So yeah. And he's got his trousers tucked in. Now, I can't remember. Actually, I think they do. I was just thinking about Jason's review over on Ghostbusters News. I think Venkman has the same legs as well, so his pants are tucked in also, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it's not a deal breaker. You can see back there. And that's where the pack plugs in. And they've detailed around the back of the hair as well, which is quite good. And you've got the No Ghost logo there. And you do have elbow pads, but you can't really see them because they've not been painted. So again, I'll take a brush to that at some point. So yeah, it's a pretty decent figure. I like the way it looks. It's definitely it's quite obviously a Ghostbuster. Articulation wise, it's not great. You can rotate the head. It's not on a ball joint. You can't just turn it. The arms are on a swivel, and the legs are on a swivel, and that's it. That's all you get. 5 points of articulation, but you know, I don't mind because these are meant to kind of bring the nostalgia of the original figures back, the original real Ghostbusters figures. So, speaking of, I don't have a Ray one handy. Oh, darn it, just dropped my brush on the floor. But I do have this Venkman, and this is an original Fright Features one, although it doesn't work particularly well. So for those unfamiliar with the original real Ghostbusters line from Kenner back in the day, the Fright Features were a line of figures that came out near the end of the line. I think it was 1987 these came out. I never had any of these. I had the original guys, but I never had any of these. And yeah, the idea with them was that they had this fright feature, and each Ghostbuster had a different fright feature. So in the case of Venkman, you activate it by just, let me just bring it in. You just pull the arm down, and his eyes and mouth are supposed to close again when you, sorry brother, his eyes are supposed to go back in, his mouth is supposed to close when you bring it back up, but as you can see, this one's knackered. But yeah, that was the idea. It was actually the figure that had the fright feature. But you can kind of see what Hasbro were going for with this. This Ray one is actually a little bit taller than the original Venkman, and obviously we've got more detailed sculpting going on with this to make it look a bit more like the actual film. But yeah, as you can see, it's the same sort of aesthetic. So if you did want to, I could easily see you being able to put these new Fright Features figures alongside your Kenner figures, I will definitely be using these with my old Kenner fire station, because they're gonna look really good with that. So yeah, it's similar, but kind of, I guess, slightly less cartoony. But yeah, I think they look really good. So yeah, that's it. Aside from this not working for me, I'm kind of a bit bummed about that. But oh wait, did it just work? Aha! It worked. It was working off camera, and then as soon as I brought it onto the camera, it stopped working. Let's see if it'll do it. No, that's it. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. You get a decent Ghostbuster figure. I mean, yeah, like I said, they are all going to be the same, but well, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Unless you're paying like the 20 odd quid for the Plasma series ones, then they are going to all be the same. But yeah, I think it's decent. I think it's decent for the money. I think it's fun. It's a fun figure. Especially if you're buying these for a kid. I think children are going to love the little ghosts, and you can get a fair amount of play value out of the figure itself. But it's also pretty good for collectors, because it does kind of give us the nostalgia of those old Kenner figures. So yeah, I would absolutely recommend this. Now, as I've said before, these are like hen's teeth in the UK at the minute. The only place I've been able to find them is Amazon and Sonna Toys, but they've sold out half of them on Sonna Toys, so I'm just waiting for Amazon to trickle them through to me. So yeah, when I get them, I will review them and get them up as soon as possible for you. So yeah, check out Amazon for them. But yeah, that's it for now. As always, thanks for watching. Do take care of yourselves, and bye for now.